right, guys. Sorry, I think we're live now. I just got home. I didn't want to start late. We're already late by 3 minutes. Why don't you guys go ahead and get started? I'm gonna quickly grab a glass of water. Please begin the hosting. I'll be right back.
Well, there he goes. But you 120,000 for one single trade. Did you see the trade that he's still on? CAD yen?
Yeah, I saw, man, that's crazy. It's like one single trade, he's making so much money. It's like I still cannot believe it. Did you see how much risk reward he's doing?
I'm not sure, but at least 10, right? At least.
Yeah, I think, wait, he sent a screenshot like an hour ago. Wait, let me share my screen. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Not on my end, but I think Navin has to share it from his end. But that's crazy still to be able to have 120,000 for one single trade.
Lucas, the last time I remember, the last time that he shared his trade with us, he was making like I think it was like around 300 pips, and he was like risking about 25. Can you do the calculation?
Wait. Yeah, I have my calculator right here. Say that again.
About 300 he's making now.
300 pips, okay.
And when he entered the trade, he was risking like about 25 pips.
25. Well, either this thing is wrong, but he's making 12 hours right now, approximately 12 hours.
12 hours. And do you know what he told me the last time? Actually, this is something that Navin tells us quite often.
Yeah.
He said the trade has just got started.
Hi guys, sorry, I will just allow screen sharing. Navin is coming.
Yeah, because there is something very, very cool that I want to show. Marina, do you remember when exactly he took the trade? Can you just share with us?
Yes, let me take a look. Yes, I should be able to share my screen now. Thank you, Lucille. That was his trade. Look at that.
Okay, so we know this is a 12-hour trade running right now, but he took the trade at around 11th of March. Let me show you something even more crazy. Let me just show you this thing. So he took the trade on 11th of March, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a screenshot I took. Now this is from a news outlet, not any news outlet. This is Financial Times. This is 27th of March. Couple days ago. Japan steps up intervention warning as yen slides to weakest level since the 1990s. Do you see where I'm getting at? He took the trade on the 12th.
Yes.
This news is only released a couple days ago.
Yes, it was like he took the trade 2 weeks prior to this news to come out. It's like, wow, how did he know that?
Well, it's Navin. What does he not know?
Well, yeah, that's true. Man, that's crazy. 120K on one single trade.
You know what? Honestly, you know what we should do? We should actually reach out to the Guinness, the guys at the Guinness World Record, and check if this actually is breaking record for being the single largest retail Forex trade that has ever been displayed.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Yes.
What I missed? What's going on?
There he is. We're just talking about you.
So how did you know this?
Financial Times?
Yeah. How did you know it's gonna be released?
I didn't. I'm glad you're showing this thing, because only when this thing came out, I'm like, oh, thank God. How's everybody? How are you guys? Thank you guys for starting the webinar. How's everyone? Okay. All right. Lucille was telling me you guys had some issues with screen sharing. Sorry about that. I didn't think I didn't think you guys would be sharing anything. It's like,
Now we were discussing about this trade that you took. Man, it's like crazy. It's like sometimes I still cannot believe that you're making so much money.
well, okay, this isn't the largest trade that obviously I have done. You know, this trade is running for what, 62 standard lots. I think there's trades that you've seen 150 standard lots that I've done and much quicker. This just happens to be a trade that it's like once, not in a lifetime, but once in a while opportunity. I think, Lucas, we were trying to do a very, very large monthly trade out of Kuala Lumpur when I was there from the Grand Hyatt there.
I've heard about this trade. Yeah, I've heard about
Yeah,
it.
well, that one wasn't my finest moments. I missed that trade so badly. So what wasn't my finest moment? So instead of making like $500,000, I lost 50 grand on that one. So I'm really upset about that.
Yeah, but I'm sure you made that money later on with other.
Yeah. That's not the, not the downside of it. It's just knowing that your research is correct, the trade plays out, and then later to see it play out and you're not in it. I don't know how many of you guys actually have this experience that you've done the work, you've done the research, and then a trade plays out and then it's running without you. And that's a horrible feeling, right? Like any of you two have this experience where it's just like all that work and energy is like just gone.
It's funny for you to say this, and it's interesting because we are actually talking about Aussie Swiss, because I was watching also the same pair yesterday and today to buy, but I missed it. If you look at it, it's like it's crazy. It's like it made such a great move, and I missed that. So yeah, I know this feeling.
Yeah, and that's always the painful moment. Let me share my screen here real quick here, so we can talk a little bit about this.
Actually, Navin, if you're gonna share the charts, we have a lot of students asking a lot of questions about how you got in, what's your analysis like, your stop loss, how did you time it, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. A lot of students were asking that.
Yeah, I have the whole list here.
Of the questions.
Well, okay. We can go through them one by one. We can go through them one by one. I pretty much expected there's going to be questions and concerns. Okay, so let's start from the top. What are some of the questions that are coming in? And wait, before we do that, you said Aussie Swiss you were looking at, Mariana?
Yes, I shared this trade also in the Anticipate channel yesterday. Okay. So the guys, they were able also to watch this trade and look at this beautiful buy that happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and I missed that trade. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Okay. Oh, so you're talking about the relation to the pain we were just discussing.
Yes, the frustration.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. Let me bring this back to the daily. The news just came out, right? We just had several news events. Hold on one second here. Just want to make sure. Okay. Let me bring this up. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah. I just want to show. Okay. What news just released here? So trade balance, initial jobless claims, import exports, continuing jobless claims, trade balance for CAD, and that's it. Okay, and then we got a few more things coming up in like approximately 3 hours. GDP, not that important. Conference, okay, maybe can have a movement. Fed's balance sheet, that's to be determined. But looks like household spending tonight is going to be something. Okay, good. So, things are looking ripe for this. So far, so good. I know a lot of people will have a lot of damage in this area trying to get back in onto this buy, because it's not easy to get onto that. Once the trade launches, then it's hard. But a lot of the MPA 2.0 students should be able to get some work done in this process, and a lot of the Iconic Trader program students should get some work done in here. Otherwise, have a little bit of a struggle, but get some work done in there as well.
Yeah, you'll be surprised because I did see a couple of emails from students saying that they got onto this current move. I think some people on Elite, they are on this move as well.
Okay. Okay. Let me just also open my cell phone here.
It's funny, Lucas, that you say this because I also saw like a lot of students mentioning that they took a cheese trade, the edge that Navin emphasizes in the MPA 2.0. I see a lot of students mentioning they took also this trade.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a nice opportunity there.
Yeah, well, it's always good to see that, people are making money, and especially when they're, following Navin's trade and then everyone's making money together. That's an awesome feeling.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Sorry. Didn't want to show you guys all my unlocked door and all that stuff. It's like, okay. So this trade is, by the way, I've moved stops to break even. This trade currently, sorry, is running at $126,000. And just today, it's jumped up another $12,000. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to see. Well, what is he reading? But yeah, that's the circle area.
Yeah, yeah. Damn.
So yeah, sorry. So I'm not in for 62 standard lots. I'm in for 61 standard lots. But yeah, stops are at break even, as you can see slightly above right here. The sell stop order is at 34. My entry is at 33.4. So break even is the stop loss. So it's a risk-free trade going on. I think in the last webinar we mentioned that I am expecting this to go up to $250,000. $250,000. And that's still on the low end side. But what does this mean? Okay, apart from go to Japan and it's like enjoy a good time there for a decent price. Let's talk about some of the questions actually that might be coming up, and I can always bring this back into the screen later on. But let's talk about some of the questions. So what are some of the comments that you guys were saying? Some of the questions that were coming in? We can go over them. We can go through a little bit of education and cover some of these things.
Yeah, well, after the first series that we did about this CAD yen trade, most of the question boils down to where exactly did Navin got in and what time frame was he using?
Okay, so this is a very difficult question for okay, let's put it this way. Depending on your experience as a trader, when someone asks what time frame do you use or what time frame did you get in, that's always a tough one for me to answer, because it seems like, well, if you see a 15, there's a trade, but if you see a 60, there's not a trade. It's not a time game. It's a price game.
Yes.
If a price reaches, for example, 107, then the price has reached 107 on the 1 minute, 5 minute, 60 minute, daily, weekly, monthly. That price has been reached. That's something that doesn't go into people's heads because they want to do things in a technical way, which means some guy told me to look at exactly 15 or, but what if I tell you to use the 17 minutes? What if I tell you that's the time frame I use to do this trade? Well, half the people will leave this channel and be like, 17 minutes? That's not what I do. That's not possible.
Technically, that is still a time frame.
It is a time frame. Of course, I can type it. Here's 18. You know what? Let's go in the middle. There's 18 minutes. And it works. So what now? So what time frame is the right time frame?
This is the secret time frame.
It's the secret time frame. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The questions I also get a lot is, Navin, what is your EMA settings? 21.75662. Come on, what's the purpose of the EMA? That's more important than what's the number of the EMA. That's not what's important. What's more important is, Navin, are you doing a supply and demand trade, or are you doing a trend breakout test trade? None of these questions are the right questions to ask. The right question to ask is, How do you know, without going into illegal areas of inside trading, how do you know, right? And there is a way to know. There is a way to. How long, Mariana, you were there when we were doing research on this trade. How long before we took the trade did you hear me blab about this trade every day, saying, this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one. And I took a trade here, canceled it, and then I took it again, and then we got it.
Yes, I remember.
But it was over and over again, right? Like you couldn't shut me up about it. Like, dude, shut up. I know you want CAD yen. It's like, and then now that CAD yen releases, now everyone's like, no, you were saying something. Please talk about that again.
Yeah.
Right? So it's something that we need to identify as we got to learn how to trade, not or why trading is done more than how to trade. Let's put it that way. Sorry, you were saying, Marianne?
No, I remember you were talking like for about a week, like every day for about a week talking about this trade. Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So let's start with that, shall we? Sorry, I have to get the chat open. In case they have some questions too. I hope it's okay. All right, all of you guys in here. So there are some questions versus Achim, Pip Focus. Tom Gunn is saying what time frame? Okay, I think we talked about the time frame. I use the monthly, okay, to monitor this trade, and I executed it down from the daily, 4 hour, and 60. No, and I'm not joking around. It's actually monthly is where I spotted it. Daily, 4 hour, and 60 is where I spent my time on to grab it. Okay, so if you wanted an answer and say, Navin, I don't want you to talk around in circles, just tell me the answer. Well, that's the answer for the time frame. Okay, do what you please with it. I hope it is good information.
What did you say, Navin? Monthly, and then what? Weekly, daily?
Monthly for identifying that this trade is going to work, and then daily, 4 hour, and 60. These three I had to watch like a hawk to grab the timing of this thing just right. Okay, now when I say timing, it means how do I enter this trade that I know is supposed to be for a buy. I want to emphasize on that. There is no need to learn about timing if you don't know what to do. I think there's a very big misconception here.
Yes, what you said is something that a lot of students actually ask, like how to enter a trade. The question is not how to enter a trade. Do you know if you should be even trying to enter this trade?
Yes. I couldn't have said it better. That's exactly the perfect sentence to say.
Yeah.
Why this one should be the question. Why not something else? Why not Bitcoin? Why not Frankenstein coin? Why this, right?
Yes.
That should be question number one on the mind. And then why monthly? What are you doing up there? I never seen you trade a monthly. Why aren't you down on the 15 minutes? And I thought you were a day trader. Are you a swing trader?
Mm-hmm.
Are you supposed to do both together? Isn't that illegal? No, it's not illegal. So all of these things need to think. So I hope by seeing this trade, at least one thing needs to be certain, is first, obviously, it is possible, okay, to do large numbers. And these are not large numbers. In fact, this is very small numbers. I need you guys to dream bigger, okay? I hear a lot of people say, as long as I can make as much money as I'm making at my job, that's all I need. I really dislike hearing that,
Well, if you want to dream, might as well dream as big as you can.
Correct. Dreaming is free.
Mm-hmm.
If it's free, go for it, man. What's wrong with you? Like if dreaming is free, then why dream in minuscule?
Yeah.
It's free to dream, so dream free. And then let someone tell you, well, My energy comes from when someone tells me it can't be done. I love that. That's where my fire starts. When someone tells me you're doing a good job, oh man, I'm so happy for you. I wish I can be like you. Nothing happens to me. In fact, I become worse. But when someone tells me you can't do it, oh,
It's on.
oh, you should see. It's on.
So,
It's on. Now it's like I've got this internal fire that's burning. That's like, I gotta show this monkey or whoever this person is. I gotta show this person that it can be done, and I will not succumb to small thinking, right? And this is a piece that's missing with a lot of people who dare to dream. They dare to dream, but they don't follow through. You got to follow through with your energy and your fire and desire, and nothing should stop you. Right?
Yeah.
yes.
Following through is always a big thing. I see this a lot in the do or die program. At the start, everyone says, I'm gonna put in so much work this next 2 weeks. I'm gonna be the best trader in the world. But you will be so surprised to see that how many people just drop off halfway.
Really?
Yeah. The energies fade.
Mm, mm.
And that's when you can sit back and be like, how much is real? How much is talk?
Yeah.
And then we got to go the extra mile saying, we got to get them. We got to get them and pull them back. Because if someone can at least talk big, then somewhere inside of him to spend the time to talk, there's some flame in him or her.
Yeah.
Even if someone is like yapping away and saying, I'm the best there is, I'm the best that ever walked on this planet, and they don't follow through, but why are they speaking like that? That means there's some fire in them.
Mm.
Sometimes you got to rekindle that flame and turn it on. It's there, but it's sleeping. Right? And then you can say, I'm the best that walked on this planet with pride until it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
it's so important to always make sure that you keep fanning those flames. And I think the only way to do it is just through hard work.
Yeah.
I would say so.
It's nonstop dedication.
Yes, yes. You cannot
Yeah.
give up.
Okay, so let's start with one of these questions. Okay, so we got a good 30 minutes to go. So let's start with some of the questions now. Let's turn this into a little bit more of an educational webinar. Okay, now let's start with one of these questions. Dion in the chat is saying, first things first. So what did you see on the monthly? Okay, let's go up to the monthly. And I'll read some questions. Sorry, I'll read some questions from the chat, and then whatever questions you guys have prepared, I can go through them as well. So we'll do turn by turn. All right. I'll just read one of these questions from the chat. Here we go. Here's the monthly. Okay. How many of you guys in this chat room right now have been to my webinars before? Okay. If you haven't been to my webinar, it's like. If you haven't been to my webinars before and it's your first time here, I don't want you to be attracted by the numbers. I don't want you to be attracted by anything that you've heard so far. What I want you to do is go and watch our webinars that we did in the last quarter of 2023 and 2024 up until now. Today is April 4th, 2024. So the first quarter of this year, I want you to go watch all those webinars, There should be like 3 or 4 of them. Okay. So it looks like a lot of them are saying, okay. So a lot of you guys in this room actually have been to the webinars before. Anyone in here first time? You guys can please write first time. Okay. So those of you guys who've watched the webinar hundreds of times, as you guys are saying, Christina, I can see your message. So those of you guys who have watched this webinar multiple times, let's talk about certain things, okay? I'm going to go into a little bit of stuff that we teach in our courses, so this can be valuable for you too. Now, first things first, the flow of the market is upwards, okay? The flow of the market is upwards. Now, I want you to ignore the MAs. Don't think about that. I want you to ignore the volumes. Don't think about that. I want you to think about the candles, and I want you to think about price. Okay, and we're gonna dissect this slowly, very, very slowly until it makes sense, okay? Okay, because this is very important. Okay, this is very important. So we're gonna go slowly. Okay, first things first. Prices are rising. They pull back a bit. They're rising. Now, keep track of how the colors look, okay? Keep track of how the colors look. Because if the colors are all in a single color, it basically means there was not even a moment to do the other way. Okay, so in this case, after it holds sideways, I don't want you to think about this candle pattern, this candle pattern, this candle pattern, this candle pattern. I want you to think about it was hanging around 90. That's how I want you to think. 90 is holding. Not at 90, there's a doji, emoji, kaloji, moji, none of that OG stuff, okay? You stay still and you stay with 90. It's holding at 90, and from 90, what happened? Prices blasted. Okay, 90 quickly went up to 105 every single month without stopping. Why does price rise that quickly within 1, 2, 3, 4 months? In 4 months, it went from the price 90 all the way to 105. That's very fast. That starts to get me thinking, wow, someone must really like this, because normally how they move is it goes from 85 to maximum 90, and then this movement that you see up and down, then is just bouncing around like a monkey within 90 and 85. It's hopping around. So it's like, the condition of CAD yen seems to be within this, within this barrier. It's like, consider it two walls, and there's energy inside the wall that's just pinballing. Boing, 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 boing. Now, okay, I'm going to say something controversial, and I know many of you guys are going to hate me for this, and that's okay, but I got to get you the right information. If you do this, and you do this, and you say, I'd like a price to come a little bit outside, liquidity grab the hell out of it, and then I'm gonna buy it to the other side, I will slap you. I will literally slap you. Okay? You need to stop this liquidity grab and smart money, dumb money. Stop. Stop. Okay? Just stop. Okay. Figure out how to trade first before just blindly following another blind person. Okay. Now, as the prices move up very, very aggressively, okay, prices move up very, very aggressively, this means only one thing. Prices go up because there's a shortage. Prices go up because there's a shortage, okay? Shortage basically means there's a glass, there's this bottle of water in front of me. Mariana wants this bottle of water. Lucas wants this bottle of water. I want this bottle of water. But there is only one. What are you going to do?
I pay 100 for it.
Lucas, what are you going to do?
150.
I'm going to pay 200. Mariana?
250.
Okay. So you see the bidding war that's happening? We're raising the prices, but does anyone have this bottle? You tell me. Nobody's got it. So price is going up without the people getting that product. This needs to go in. This needs to register. If not today, if not tomorrow, somewhere in your career, this needs to register. Prices move quickly. That's a sign of demand. That means there's a shortage and not anyone can get their hands on it. Okay? Okay? Now, if we take this a step further, and saying, okay, if there is demand, my job as a trader, I'm going to put you in this scenario. Oh, sorry, 1 second. 1 moment. Hotel's calling me. Sorry. Hello?
I thought he was gonna say, I just closed my trade or trade hit profit.
No, sorry. I don't know. I think the concierge was calling me, but nothing's happening. Okay, fine. Am I speaking too loud? Am I bothering probably the neighbors?
I think your neighbors are wondering, how did you know this trade was gonna fly?
Oh, yeah. I think the concierge is like one of those smart money people. Okay. Anyways, all right. Now that the price is flying up, our job as a trader is da 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 da. I like to draw this because it's the best example that I know that works with people. Okay. There's a boat. In that boat, we're gonna go classic. The word trader comes from this. The word trader doesn't come from TradingView. The word trader doesn't come from YouTube. The word trader comes from this fella in the ancient times who basically used to say he travels to this place, this land, and in that land they say, I need carpets. Carpets. And the guy's like, carpets, you say? I just saw this guy has carpets. So he will tell you, well, how much do you need the carpets? I can bring back only 4 because my ship can only handle 4. But 60 people want the carpets. Perfect. Let the bidding war begin. So now he will go here and says, 4 carpets, please. And he will buy them at $10 a piece. And he will come here and sell it at $400 a piece. In this entire process, does this trader need the carpets? He doesn't need the carpet. He doesn't give a monkey's yellow butt about the carpets, right? He doesn't care about the carpets. His only thing is, if it's in demand, I can turn a profit. Now, same scenario, island 1, island 2. Here's your boat. Now you take that boat, you go to this place, and he says, all right, I'm a trader. What do you need? And they say, get out of here. We don't need anything. No, but I will give you a lower price. I said, I don't need anything. Get out of here. But I will lower the price than that guy and that guy and that guy. I don't need anything. Why are you bothering me? This is the state of every trader today, just hopping into, oh, today I'm going to trade Euro USD. Today I'm going to trade Euro Swiss franc. Today I'm going to trade, I'm only a pound trader. What? I am only this trader. I am only that trader. Do you know what a trader's job is? A trader's job is simply to provide for those who require. If you don't know who requires, then what is your role in the market? It's definitely not this. Oh, that line broke. Now I should hit the buy because the line broke. And because I hit the buy, someone give me money. I don't know what I did, but someone should pay me for this because I broke a line. Who's going to pay me? I don't know, but someone please pay me for this. Why? At some point, this has got to kick in and saying, that is so stupid. I don't know why people still do this. And I don't know how many years this has been going on. One day it's going to click. Unfortunately, many traders go through 10 years and it still doesn't click. What is my job in the market? Nobody knows, but they all know how, but nobody knows why. It's the dilemma of our society. Everyone's ready to jump into a university and jump into a job. What for? What's the goal? I don't know. Everyone's doing it, so I'm doing it too.
Mm.
What's going on? Right? So it's the dilemma. So we're trained subconsciously to do these weird things, and it makes us feel fulfilled, but it's an illusion. Okay? All right. So coming back to monthly. Holy crap, I didn't explain the monthly yet. Okay. So now, as the prices are starting to rise, hopefully, did that make sense? Okay. Did that make sense? Everyone understood that? Okay. Okay. Now, as the prices rise, what happens is it rises, it pauses, and it further launches higher. But how much higher this time? It's less. So we got the first move that's like this big. Then it held a little bit at whatever price that was. It held, and then it jumped up a little bit more to slightly higher. So these are the 3 price points. It went from here to super high, super fast, and then it waited a bit, and then it went a little bit higher. So if I remove the chart and I say, don't even look at this, if I remove all this and I just give you this data and I say it spent 3 days and it went from here to here in 3 days, and then it spent 1 month going just from here to here, would you say the demand is hot, hot, hot? Are you willing to go to the bank and say, I need a loan now, I have to buy this thing, it's hot, hot, hot? It's going to become a meme, isn't it? It's like I can feel it. It's hot, hot, hot. Okay. Right? First, you understand that. It's slowing down. It's dying. Next. Now that it's dying, what happened? What happened after it's dying? Prices turned around, collapsed.
Yeah.
Now that it's collapsed, this angle of the demand is on standby. Which, what that means is that upward angle tells me someone still wants it. But at the moment, I cannot buy it. Now, to a normal person, this means Fibonacci retracement. Buy it. I don't care.
I think
But
even like 60%. Yeah, I think like 60% looks good actually to buy there. Yeah.
No, 70%, you know, they have rules. They have rules. 60. Why are you wasting their time? They have rules they have to follow. No, so it's okay. So, you know, all joking and picking on you guys aside, that's not the intention. If it means probing you and making you angry to get you to understand, then so be it. But if that means you walk away and you're like, I don't like that guy, he keeps making fun of me or something like that, then that's not the intention. I apologize for that. But the whole point of this is I want you to understand through humor, dark humor, that you can't be thinking like that and saying this movement up, 60% down, therefore I buy, because there's a magical mathematical number out there that says what goes up must come down, what comes down must go back up, right? Like, we want to stay away from that thinking. We want to bring a little bit of logic of all that is correct, but this is a market. This is a market. We got to follow who needs what. Okay. Now, if everybody is dumping the CAD yen, they're all dumping it. They're saying, dump it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So if everyone's saying, I don't want it, okay, everyone is saying, I don't want it. Here you are on your boat again. And you arrive to this island and you're like, bruh, I have the best deal possible. I can get you 5 carpets. And they say, no, I don't want. I'm getting a good deal. This guy says he's going to give me for $1 each carpet. These guys say, dude, I said I don't want it. I'm going to buy 60 carpets. What are you doing? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Get it through your head. You can click on anything here. You can click on any currency pair. You can click on any shitcoin out there. Doesn't mean you should. The ability to allow yourself to do something versus should it be done are two different things. Just because you can drive at 200 kilometers per hour doesn't mean you should.
Mm. Yes.
Two different things. Okay. Okay. Now, moving forward. So watching this thing, I go on standby. I'm like, nope, I don't want it. Keep your damn CAD yen. I don't want it. Okay. Prices are down here. They're hovering around 97.50. Boom, boom, boom. They're hovering around 97.50. And then it jumps up very quickly back to the original price. Now my standby is under question mark. I don't get it. Someone was getting rid of this and giving a discount. A discount. Mariana, how did they give a discount? Slowly or aggressively?
Very aggressive.
Why would someone give a discount so aggressively? What does that mean?
Yeah, for some reason they don't want it anymore. They're looking for buyers because no one is buying.
Because no one is buying. They don't want it. You use the word for some reason. Does it matter the reason?
No.
I don't care. Do you care?
No.
No. And that's what a trader is. Trader doesn't care. A trader's job is, do you want it? Yes or no? If you want it, I'll go get it. If you don't want it, don't waste my time. But you can't show up at people's houses and be like, you gotta buy this water, man. This water's so soft, so silky, so smooth. You gotta buy this water, bro. This water changed your life. Like, the guy doesn't want it. Leave him alone. Yeah, but this water. It's like,
When I'm still younger.
leave him alone. Okay, right? So now, moving forward. Okay, now we are expecting, because out of confusion, we don't understand what's going on. We're like, where did the buyer show up out of nowhere? So this whole area is not to be traded. Anyone who tells you you should buy that thing, you bring them to me, I will slap them next. Okay, I have a row of people to slap. It's like, feel sorry for my hand. Okay. All right. Okay. So it's a confusing part but still we don't know. And then prices holding, the buyers jump back up. That tells me buyers are back. Buyers are back. I still don't want it. My next phase that I say is prove it.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it. Because for the longest time, what did that island say when I went to them and I said, hey, you want a carpet? What did the island say?
No.
I don't want it. Suddenly, they wake up one day, they say, I want 100 pieces.
Are you sure?
I don't think so. You lying to me. You went from, I don't want anything, don't bother me, to I want 100 pieces? I don't trust you. Prove it to me. Demand, 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 demand. So then I offer him 5 carpets. He buys it. I offer him 10 carpets. He still buys it. I offer him 2 more carpets. He still buys it. I've got my proof. He's here. It's legit. He's back. From this moment onwards, I prepare. And that's where I go daily, 4 hour, 60. I'm like, I want in. I want to buy this thing, not because I love CAD yen, heart. Not because of that. Not because of that. It's because now I know what the intention is. So now to circle back and when I came into the room, Lucas, you were showing about some article about Financial Times.
Yeah.
That happens to be a side effect, a coincidence. It's not that I know that it's going to end up on the Financial Times. I don't know that. It just happens to show up later because let's be honest, what can the news report? Can the news report tomorrow? It can't. It can only report what has happened. Even live reporting is technically past.
Yes.
Right? All of you guys have heard some point that when you look at the stars, you're looking at the past. You guys have heard this before? Because by the time the light reaches our eyes, what you see might not be real.
Ah, yes, that's true.
The news is no different. What you're seeing is not telling you tomorrow, it's telling you what has happened. So I can't use news to predict tomorrow. I can only predict intentions. I can only predict intentions. And I like to weigh my intentions with this. Where's the money? That's how I predict the intentions.
AKA, where's the carpet?
Where's the carpet? Yeah, you want to buy this carpet? Prove it.
Nice.
Show me. But on the other side, what do people do? A lot of traders, instead of saying prove it, they will say, I think he's going to buy it one day. Let me stock up on the carpets. I'll buy 5,000 carpets. I'll stock up. Even if he doesn't want it, I'll stock up. And then he never wants it.
Yeah.
And now you're stuck with 5,000 carpets and you don't know what to do with them because you live in a one-bedroom house. Where the hell are you going to put 5,000 carpets? You just need one. So you're like, what do I do with these carpets? When you offload them for a lower price, that is what is called a loss. It means you bought it here and you sell it lower than that. That's a loss. Now, isn't it weird that I have to show this logic on a damn boat and 2 islands? But if that's what it takes for it to register that we're in a market, a trading market full of traders, if you don't supply to the demand, then what is your job in this market? So if I go into the how, it won't do any good. Because I've had thousands of students come to me over the years, over the decades, saying how. Because they see the side effect of the way I travel, the way I'm here and there, whatever. Doesn't matter. But they see all that stuff and they say how. They don't ever ask why. But what happens is once they spend 5 years trying to figure it out, blowing up accounts, struggling, then they come back and they're like, you're right. I never thought about the why. Why am I doing this? I never thought about it. I'm like, you know, those of you guys who are new, don't let that happen to you. Don't let all these years go by. Okay?
Like anything, I guess once you know the why, the how is the easy part.
How's the easy part?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. If you know the why, the how, you just go to the best. You don't waste time with little people. You go straight to the top. That's my philosophy. But you got to get that why solid and crystal clear. Otherwise, welcome to the rat race. Whether it's a job or a business or something else, it's a rat race, baby. You're just doing things every day. You have no idea why. You just take a little bit of money here to pay the money here. And that day repeats the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, because the why is fuzzy. The why has got to be clear, then the how takes care of itself, as Lucas says.
I'm just looking at one comment here, and someone is saying, my mentor told me to trade only the same 5 pairs every day. Then he proceeded to ask, how do we know it's proven?
I'm looking, but these are two different people, I think, right?
No,
so,
same person, but no, yeah, two different persons.
Yeah, so Kamal is saying, Navin, my mentor told me to trade only the same 5 pairs every day. Is this all wrong? No, I don't think it's wrong. I wouldn't give that advice, but at the same time, I can understand probably where he's coming from or she is coming from. It could be because to keep your focus sharp. If you're looking all over the place, then you might not understand anything. But if you're looking at 5 things, then you're obviously going to research, I wonder why I did this. I wonder why I did that. To come to this conclusion we just talked about. You should end up at this conclusion in the last 40 minutes that we've been talking, and you've been hearing this crazy brown guy scream at the camera. It should come to this conclusion. Okay?
Slapping a lot of people.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way. Sorry. So all of you guys in this room, when you see me raise my voice or talk about slapping people and stuff, I hope this doesn't offend you guys, right? I hope you guys understand that. Can you guys confirm to me so I'm not offending anybody? That's not the intention. Because if I am offending somebody, don't come to the channel. it's like stop wasting my time. Go waste someone else's time, right? Like it's as simple as I can say. If it bothers you, why are you here? Like, it's in your control. It's the same thing about dreaming. If you're dreaming, dream big. Like, okay. Mikey Run is saying, so on lower time frame, how did you enter? Okay, well, we can go into that. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying no offense. It's okay. Okay, I appreciate that. At the end of the day, I gotta move you forward. I can't have you guys tiptoeing, and I'm telling you every single day, good job. One day you'll make it. Then you should slap me. That's wrong of me if you see me as a mentor and I basically tell you, you're doing a good job, one day you're gonna make it, and 10 years go by and you're just there in that same rut. That's incorrect. That's a bad mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you are not growing year after year, then you're with the wrong mentor. Okay? All right, okay. Anyways, was there a different question one of you guys were asking? Sorry.
No, just one more question that some students were asking because they saw your screenshot. Obviously, yeah. Obviously, I know, but they are asking, what broker you're using.
Oh, I'm using Interactive Brokers.
Yeah, this is like one of the biggest one out there, right?
Yeah,
it's the biggest one out there.
Yeah, if it's not, it's one of the largest in the world and the oldest in the world. Okay, when you have a broker that says you need minimum 10 grand to open an account, they're registered all around the world. I really don't care if they're registered all around the world. What I care is there money on the line? What I mean by that is they're listed on the stock exchange. I want you to Google which brokers are listed on the stock exchange and which brokers were removed from the stock exchange and why. That's how you know that are you with a legit broker or not. But now, if the broker tells you, I'll give you 1 pip spread, And the next broker tells you, I'll give you a half pip spread. And the next broker tells you, I won't charge you any spread. But the broker can't do anything. What difference does it make? If you want 10 houses and the guy who has 0 houses says, I won't charge you any commission, why are you being so cheap? That's incorrect to think like that. So a lot of people, they go into who's the cheapest, who's the cheapest, who's the cheapest, without realizing cheapest has no access to the market appropriately. And cheapest means sooner or later, it's coming out of your pocket. You got to get that through your head. There's no free lunches on this planet. You need to understand that. Your parents have told you this. Your grandparents have told you this. There's no free lunch on this planet. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, just confirming, It's like, in all the years you guys have been alive, has there ever been a free lunch, free lunch without any strings attached or anything like that? There's no such thing. Even the guy who's giving you food on the streets because you're begging, he has an angle. Either he wants to take a video of him giving you food, or he just wants to do it because he wants to feel good about himself.
True.
There's always something attached. There is no free lunches. And those who get caught up in the free lunch mentality are the ones who struggle the most in life. Because they're constantly looking for that free lunch rather than standing up and saying, enough, I'll get my own lunch.
Yes, I will work for it.
I will work for it. Enough begging from the governments, from the Social Security, enough. You stand up, you get it done. Okay? Okay? Christina's saying only air is free. Well, it's true. Well, depends on where you live. Okay, if you're in Switzerland, air is free and clean. Some places air is free, but not clean and dangerous. Okay? All right. So, Luis, you're asking what's the name of the broker? Okay, guys, just to confirm, this is not a broker promotion. I'm not affiliated by this broker whatsoever. The broker's name is Interactive Brokers. Okay, so anytime you ask someone to give you a recommendation to the broker, ask them, by law, are you affiliated or compensated by the broker in any way, shape, or form? And make sure they say this live on YouTube. Once you hear that answer, you got them by their tongue. You hooked them, because now you can take them to court for lying. You ask them this clearly. When you see someone showing you, oh, I made $200,000 or $500,000, but like, this broker that you're showing me this on, are you compensated or related to that broker in any way, shape, or form? Gotcha, sucker. I'll take you down.
Slap him.
Slap him. All right. So at the end of the day, guys, you guys got to step up your game. You got to be smarter. All of you guys deserve it. And at the end of the day, work towards trying to understand what's the game about. You got to work towards that. What's the game about? What am I getting involved in? And then you can get your Ferraris, Lamborghinis, house on the cliff, 50 girls in bikinis around you, whatever that imagination that might be coming your way that makes you think what a trader is. You can get all that. But you got to learn how to do it first. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions from you guys? I know you guys had some questions written down, and I'm like, if we go into the how, I'm gonna not be able to sleep again at night. I'm like, I've just wasted so many people's times with the hows. They need to know why.
Yeah.
because they're going to copy what I just did on a different pair. And I'm going to be like, no, but you can't do it on that pair. That pair, there's no demand. So to answer a lot of these common questions is, can I do this on crypto? Yes. Can I do this on stock market? Yes. But there's got to be demand.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think you covered most of the most important part of the trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, why's behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, the how part, all that kind of stuff. I think that's all covered in the course anyway. But here,
Even in our videos on our webinars, we cover the how a lot.
Yeah.
It's all there. It's not like we hide it. It's all there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So there's going to be questions that's going to come out below this video. I don't think we're done with this trade yet. The trade's still going on. As the questions come in, please collect these questions. And then as we get into the next video, let's go deeper into the education and let's explain some of these educational concepts to them, because I think their whole reasoning is wrong and they're getting stuck like a religion of like, this guy said Louis Vuitton triangle break dinosaur. So that's what I do. What is that? Do you even know?
Mm.
So
I mean, what is your famous sentence? The trade has just started.
it's like, well, at least this trade is. I will get off at 113. That's my exit. I think it has a lot more potential, but I will get off at 113. 113. That's my price. Slightly before that, probably. What's the price right now? 112.40? 112.40. That's the price I have on my cell phone.
so 113 would put you at how much PNL?
I don't know. That's 70 more pips. You multiply that by $600 a pip.
Where is your calculator, Lucas?
Why do you have a calculator on your table, man?
I don't know, but that's at least 150K and beyond, right?
Well, what is $600 times 70?
600 times 70.
4,200, I think.
Yeah, 42,000.
So that's 42,000 more on top of that 120 that I have. So we're
42.
getting right up there to 160, 170-ish, and in that range. But I think $250,000 should be able to be done on this trade easily.
Damn, $250,000. That's a lot.
Is that a better house in Brazil?
But yeah, it's a house with a pool and a nice garden.
Nice. Good. All right then, guys. I'll leave you guys to it. Let's collect all the questions that they come in from the students, and I'll be happy to cover some of them, if not most of them, on the next webinar. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Until next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.